Hey, it's a French student here, and today we're going to be talking about Lambda Expressions, which was something that was added to Java 8, and is actually quite useful because it's like a shorter version, which allows to do some pretty neat stuff. But a Lambda Expression is a short block of code which takes in parameters and returns a value. And in general, Lambda Expressions are kind of similar to methods, but they do not need a name, and they can be implemented right in the body of a method. So let's first of all have a look at what we can do with Lambda Expressions. So firstly, I'm going to be demonstrating Lambda Expression where I'll be using it to go through an array list. So I'll just simply create an array list, which is going to be containing strings. I'm just going to call it names, and it's going to be a new array list. And I'm just going to be adding a few names. Daniel and names.add Anna. Just to make it simple. So normally, how we could go through our names array list, we could use a for each loop, where we would go the type, which is string, then give it a variable name, and we'll go through the names array, and then we could just print the name. And in this case, we'll just go through the array list one by one and print the names. But how we can do, or what we can do with Lambda Expressions is we can do names dot for each, and then we're going to take a Lambda Expression where I'll just do for each element, which I'm just going to be calling name again. Then we're going to be do something with the name, and in this case, we're just going to be printing the name. And it's going to tell us to place it. So this allows us to do the exact same thing. And in this case, Java is telling us to compress it even more, because you could do something faster, but this is the simple Lambda expression where you have some kind of input and some kind of output based on that input. So something else we can do is if we create a new Java class, and we're gonna call it string function, and we're gonna create an interface. So inside the interface, I'm gonna create like an abstract method where we'll just have the return type of a string, and we're just gonna call it run, and it's gonna be return, and it's gonna take a parameter of a string, which is just gonna call str. So what we can do now is we can remove the array list, and we can use our string function interface to create a string function. Call let's see, what could we call it? Add Daniel to be not very creative. And what it's going to be doing is simply add the string Daniel to the string we have. So we're going to just make this equals to a Lambda expression, which is going to take some kind of input. And with this input, in this case, we would just do the input itself plus Daniel. So now, if we create a string going like hey, which contains hey, so we're going to be calling a string, we're going to call result, which is going to be our Daniel dot run, and taking the input of our hey, and in this case we're just going to be printing it. So what we do is we simply have a interface having an abstract method called run that takes in the parameter of a string, and then directly inside our main we're going to be creating what this abstract method is going to be doing, and it's simply going to be doing the simple task of adding Daniel at the end of the string, which is going to be the input for the method. So right here, we actually create the code block or the functionality for our string function object, which in this case is beneath the add Daniel object. So the thing is, we can create different string function where maybe have like an add hello, and then we can just add hello, and we could create another one called result1, which instead of using the add Daniel.run, we could do add hello.run, and we would then also print result1. So now we have result and result1, and hey Daniel and hey hello. So this is a very fast way of creating some kind of functionality. We just directly write it here instead of having to create another object that implements this interface and overrides the run method. We can just do it right away using a Lambda expression. So that's the basic usability of the Lambda expression, where we'd either use it to go through like an array, a set, array list, and so on by using the for each, or we can use it to like create methods directly inside our code pretty fast. So that's the basics of the Lambda expression. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I wish you all a wonderful day.